Yeah, look, obviously we were behind the 8 ball on day one. England played extremely well, and it needed a real resilient performance from us to try and get back in the game, and that's what we did today. We possibly didn't score as quick as England did, obviously, but for us it was really just to get back in the Test match, and that's all we could do. So to lose 1 wicket in the day is an extremely good effort from the batting unit. Real proud of Hash. To get a big score like he did today, we as a team are extremely proud of him. Yeah, it's massive. I mean, England has been the dominant side. Obviously, the first innings we possibly didn't bowl as well as we would liked, and England played extremely well. They took our bowlers on and they put them under a lot of pressure. So fast, there's a lot of learning in that. A real young attack against a confident English batting lineup. But it was for us, like you said, for us today, it was about getting into the game as we know how to. It was not necessarily going out there and scoring at 5 and over. It was just a real solid performance needed, and it was really important for us to try and get back, and we did that. If we can bat well tomorrow, and I suppose make the English batting attack tired, that will be a big win for us mentally. We're definitely not a team that will sit here and say everything has changed. We're on top of the wave again. We know there's a lot of hard work still to be done. Consistency in batting is what we've achieved as a Test team for a period of time. So we need to do. The only way we're going to, I suppose, quiet the critics is to be consistent. And then with that, we've also still got a few very young guys, and it's unfair to just expect the world from them. They're new to Test cricket and they're going to learn. So hopefully we can be in a position tomorrow where guys like Temba and Quinton can come in and just play their natural game without much pressure on the game on them. And then once you're in a position of playing your own game and you're free, that makes things a little bit easier. So if we can use the situations of the game to get better as a Test team, that will just help us in going forward in this Test series. With England scoring such a big score in the first innings and the rate which they did, it put us on a lot of pressure. So for me, tomorrow will be just to be bat and try and bat at a rate which AB and Ash is probably going today, which is probably about 3 runs and over. The English bowling attack is obviously very experienced, so you have to acknowledge that. I don't think you can just expect to go in 5 and 6 runs to the over to them. So our plan will just to be bats as long as possible, and if you get something going where the run rate picks up a bit and somehow the Test match becomes a situation where we can still do something to try and win it, then that will happen. But for now, it's just to bat and make sure we get England into a position of just bowling and bowling and bowling. Ideally, 1-0 down in this series, you would like to push for a win, but I think mentally more than anything, it's important for us to, like I said earlier, get back into the series, put our peg in the ground, especially as a batting unit again, and get big runs on the table. And if we can do that this Test match and score a real big total, that will give us a lot of confidence going into the rest of the series. So I think you've got to be realistic in thinking that when a team gets 600 plus, which they did or whatever, that it's not going to be easy to win a Test match. You're fighting to get a draw. But like I said, if something happens where it presents itself, or we will. But at the moment, it's just about getting back into the game. We've still got a lot of runs behind. We've got to bat for a long time tomorrow to be out of trouble still.